Samantha's heart pounded as she overheard the snide remarks from the corner booth, her tray trembling slightly in her grip. "Look at that dyke server, probably can't even afford her own meal," the woman sneered, her diamond earrings glinting under the restaurant lights, while her husband chuckled, adding, "Bet she's got some sob story about coming out. Pathetic." Frozen for a split second, Samantha straightened her apron, realizing these were Sarah's parents, the very people whose approval her girlfriend had desperately craved, and now they were mocking her without knowing she owned the entire upscale establishment. Samantha had built Harmony Bistro from the ground up, pouring every ounce of her savings and soul into it after years of corporate drudgery. At 28, she was no stranger to judgment. Growing up in a conservative suburb of Chicago, she'd hidden her sexuality until college, where she finally embraced who she was. But tonight, serving incognito to gauge the staff's performance, she hadn't expected this confrontation. Sarah, her partner of 2 years, had insisted on this anniversary dinner for her parents, hoping it might be the night to introduce Samantha properly. Instead, it was unraveling into a nightmare. As she approached the table with their appetizers, Samantha's mind raced. Should she reveal herself now? The thought twisted her gut. Sarah's pleading eyes from across the room, where she sat pretending to be just a friend helping out, begged for patience. But the words stung deeper than any customer complaint ever had. "Your calamari and bruschetta," she said evenly, setting down the plates. The mother, Elaine, barely glanced up. "Make sure it's hot this time, honey. We don't tip for cold food." Her husband, Richard, leaned back, smirking. "And hurry up. We're celebrating 30 years of real marriage here." Sarah caught Samantha's eye, her face paling. She mouthed sorry, but it did little to quell the rising anger in Samantha's chest. How many times had Sarah promised to come out to them? The delays, the excuses, work stress, their health, the timing never right. Samantha loved Sarah fiercely, but this charade was eroding her self-respect. Back in the kitchen, she paced, whispering to herself, "I can't keep being the secret. Not anymore." Her sous chef Mike raised an eyebrow. "Boss? You okay?" She nodded curtly, but inside the conflict brewed. Loyalty to Sarah versus her own dignity. The evening progressed, each course a test of Samantha's restraint. Elaine complained about the wine, too tart, she said, while Richard droned on about traditional values, how society was going to hell with all this gender nonsense. Sarah laughed nervously, steering the conversation away, but Samantha, refilling their glasses, felt the barbs like knives. "You know, dear," Elaine said to Sarah, "you should find a nice man soon. You're 27, clock's ticking." Sarah's fork clattered against her plate, her eyes darting to Samantha, who busied herself with a napkin to hide her clenched jaw. In the quiet moments between services, Samantha's thoughts spiraled. She remembered their first date, Sarah, bold and laughing, confessing her crush over coffee in New York, where they'd met at a conference. Sarah had been the one to pursue, yet now she cowered before her parents' expectations. "I love you," Sarah had whispered that night. "But my family, they're old school." Samantha had understood then, but 2 years later the understanding wore thin. Was love worth this humiliation? As mains arrived, filet mignon for the parents, salmon for Sarah. Richard's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, then at Samantha. "Hey server girl, you hear about that Supreme Court ruling? Gays getting all uppity." Elaine tittered. Samantha's blood boiled. She set the plates down harder than intended. "Enjoy your meal," she muttered, turning away before the retort escaped. Sarah followed her to the back. "Sam, please don't," she begged, tears welling. "They're just ignorant. Give me time." "Time?" Samantha hissed, her voice low but fierce. "I've given you 2 years of time, hiding in shadows while they belittle people like me. Like us." Sarah's hand reached for hers, but Samantha pulled back. "I own this place, Sarah. I could end this farce right now." Sarah's eyes widened in panic. "Not tonight. It's their anniversary. Please." The plea hung heavy, a weight on Samantha's conscience. She relented, but the seed of doubt sprouted. Was Sarah ashamed of her? The dinner dragged on, dessert imminent. Elaine waved Samantha over. "This place is decent, but the service? Sloppy. Owner must be desperate to hire." "Well, you." The insult landed like a slap. Samantha's resolve cracked. She straightened, her voice steady. "Actually, ma'am, I am the owner. The table fell silent. Richard's fork hovered midair. Elaine's mouth opened then closed. Sarah buried her face in her hands. What? Richard blustered, recovering first. You? But you're. He trailed off, glancing at her simple uniform. Samantha nodded, a calm smile masking her turmoil. Yes, me. Samantha Ellis, proprietor of Harmony Bistro. And your daughter? She's not just my friend. She's my girlfriend. The revelation hit like a thunderclap. Elaine gasped, clutching her pearls. Richard's face reddened.
Sarah whispered. Sam, no.
Chaos erupted. Elaine's voice rose. Sarah? Is this true? Sarah nodded weakly, tears streaming. Mom, Dad, I love her. Richard slammed his napkin down. This is a joke. Our daughter? With a woman. The diners nearby turned, whispers spreading. Samantha stood firm, but inside guilt gnawed. Had she betrayed Sarah's trust for her own pride? The argument spilled into accusations. Elaine sobbed about grandchildren, societal shame. Richard ranted about family legacy. Sarah defended weakly at first, then stronger. I've hidden this too long because of you, she said, voice trembling. Samantha's the best thing in my life. But the damage was done. The parents stormed out, vowing to cut ties. Sarah turned to Samantha, eyes filled with hurt. Why now? I wasn't ready. Samantha's heart ached. Because I couldn't take it anymore. Being erased. They stood in the empty restaurant, the weight of the night pressing down. Was this the end or a beginning? Samantha wondered as Sarah walked away, needing space. The next morning, Samantha woke to an empty bed. Sarah's side cold. Panic set in. She texted, called, no response. At the bistro, she buried herself in work, but thoughts intruded. Had her impulsiveness destroyed everything? She recalled her own coming out, her parents' initial rejection, the years of strained silence before tentative acceptance. Sarah's family was wealthier, more entrenched in their views. Had she pushed too hard? Sarah finally called that afternoon. I'm at my parents' house. They're furious. Her voice cracked. They want me to end it, Sam. Say it's a phase. Samantha's stomach dropped. And you? What do you want? Silence stretched. I love you, but they're my family. The words cut deep. Samantha hung up, tears blurring her vision. Alone in her office, she questioned every decision. Loving Sarah, building the business, revealing the truth. Was authenticity worth the isolation? Days blurred into a haze. The bistro thrived, but Samantha felt hollow. Friends advised patience, but doubt festered. What if she's choosing them over me? She thought, staring at photos of happier times. Sarah's texts were sporadic, apologetic but evasive. The pressure mounted. Samantha's staff noticed her distraction. Customers her forced smiles. Internally she battled. Fight for Sarah or let go to spare more pain. Then a knock at her apartment door. Sarah stood there, bags in hand. I told them everything. No more hiding. Relief flooded Samantha, but caution lingered. What changed? Sarah stepped inside. Seeing their bigotry up close. It hurt, but it woke me up. I choose you. They embraced, but Samantha sensed the fragility. The cost. Sarah's inheritance threatened, family gatherings awkward. Was love enough to mend the fractures? As they rebuilt, cracks appeared. Sarah mourned the lost approval, snapping at small things. Samantha internalized guilt, overcompensating. One night, argument flared. You forced my hand. Sarah yelled. I did it for us, Samantha countered. The words hung. A reminder of the betrayal's shadow. Yet, in quiet moments, their bond deepened, forged in fire. Society's gaze added layers. Whispers at events, judgmental stares. Samantha's business faced subtle boycotts from conservative circles. She pondered. Was visibility a curse or catalyst? Sarah, job hunting after quitting her family's firm, echoed the doubt. Is this worth it? But they pressed on, therapy helping navigate the turmoil. A month later, Elaine called Sarah. Come home. We miss you. Hope flickered, but conditions loomed. Leave that lifestyle. Sarah hung up, torn. They'll never accept us, she confided to Samantha. The decision weighed. Reconciliation or authenticity? Samantha urged. Don't sacrifice yourself. But inwardly, she feared losing Sarah to familial pull. The tension peaked at a pride event. Sarah hesitated attending, fearing exposure. Samantha went alone, reflecting on her journey. From hidden teen to proud owner. I've paid the price, she thought. Now Sarah must choose hers. That night Sarah showed up hand in hand. I'm all in. Joy surged, but Samantha knew battles remained. The summer heat in Chicago amplified the stifling atmosphere in Samantha's apartment. Weeks after the Pride event, Sarah's resolve seemed to waver again. Late-night calls from her mother, Elaine, chipped away at her confidence. Your father's health is declining, Elaine would say, her voice laced with manipulation. He needs his daughter. Sarah would hang up, eyes distant, and Samantha would hold her, whispering assurances. But inside Samantha seethed. How long could they withstand this emotional siege? Samantha's own family provided a stark contrast. Her parents, now supportive after years of reconciliation, invited them for dinner. Bring Sarah, her mom said warmly. At the table laughter flowed, stories shared. Sarah relaxed but later confessed, I envy this. My parents. They see us as a mistake. Samantha nodded, her heart heavy. We can build our own family. But the words felt hollow. She missed the innocence of their early days, before reality intruded. Work became Samantha's refuge. Harmony Bistro expanded. A second location in the works. Yet success brought scrutiny. A local blogger outed their relationship, praising Samantha's entrepreneurship but stirring controversy. Comments flooded. Great food but won't support that agenda. Sales dipped slightly, testing Samantha's mettle. Is my identity costing my dream? She pondered during quiet closes. Sarah encouraged. You're inspiring others. But the pressure mounted, each negative review a personal attack. Sarah's job search faltered. Interviews went well until background checks revealed her family's disownment. They think I'm unstable, she vented one evening. Samantha listened but resentment brewed. Sarah's hesitation had led here. If you'd come out sooner, she thought, biting her tongue. The unspoken blame festered, erupting in fights. You blame me, Sarah accused. You revealed everything without asking. Samantha retorted. I couldn't live the lie anymore. The cycle repeated, exhaustion setting in. A turning point came with Richard's heart scare. Hospitalized, he requested Sarah. She went alone despite Samantha's protests. He might change, Sarah hoped. Hours later she returned shattered. He said he'd rather die than accept this. Tears flowed as Samantha comforted her. But inwardly anger flared. At Richard's stubbornness, at Sarah's lingering hope. Why chase approval from bigots? She wondered. Yet she understood the pull of blood ties. Therapy sessions helped unpack the layers. The counselor probed. What does acceptance mean to you? Sarah admitted. Not feeling like a disappointment. Samantha shared her fears. Being second choice. Insights emerged but progress was slow. Outside society amplified the struggle. News of anti-LGBT bills in other states heightened anxiety. What if it spreads here? Sarah fretted. Samantha reassured but doubt crept. Was their love resilient enough? Friendship strained too. Some of Sarah's old circle distanced, echoing her parents' views. They're not worth it, Samantha said. But Sarah mourned the losses, withdrawing. Samantha pushed for social events, but Sarah resisted. I'm not ready for more judgment. Isolation grew, their world shrinking to just them. Samantha reflected. Love shouldn't be a prison. Then betrayal's shadow loomed. Sarah reconnected with an ex, Mark, a safe heterosexual from college. Just friends, she insisted. But late texts raised suspicions. Samantha confronted. Is this your escape? Sarah denied, but the seed planted. Trust eroded, nights sleepless. Am I enough? Samantha agonized. The mouthwandowduk surfaced. Confront or ignore? She chose honesty, leading to a heated exchange. I feel lost, Sarah confessed. Mark reminds me of normalcy. The admission stung like betrayal. Samantha walked out needing air. Strolling Chicago's streets, she questioned everything. Did I force her into this? Memories flashed. Sarah's passionate declarations, their shared dreams. Returning, she found Sarah packing. I need time, Sarah said. Heartbroken, Samantha let her go. Alone, the apartment echoed with regret. Was revealing the truth a mistake? Days without Sarah dragged. Samantha threw herself into the new bistro location, but emptiness persisted. Calls from Elaine surprised her. Sarah's staying with us. She's confused. Manipulation evident. Samantha hung up. Fury mixed with sorrow. They're poisoning her. She debated reaching out, but pride held back. She has to choose. Sarah returned unexpectedly, eyes red. I almost gave in. Mark offered simplicity. No fights, no shame. Samantha's breath caught. But Sarah took her hand. But it's not real. You are. Relief washed over, but scars remained. They vowed better communication, but the damage lingered. As fall approached, tensions eased slightly. A family mediation session loomed, suggested by Sarah. Samantha agreed reluctantly. For us, she thought. But doubts persisted. Could bigots change? The meeting approached, a powder keg of emotions. The mediation room in downtown Chicago felt sterile, like a courtroom awaiting judgment. Samantha sat rigid, Sarah beside her, fingers intertwined under the table. Across sat Elaine and Richard, faces etched with disapproval. The mediator, a neutral woman in her 50s, began. This is about understanding. But Samantha knew better. Understanding rarely bridged such divides. Richard spoke first, voice gruff. We raised Sarah right church values. This choice confuses us. Sarah flinched. It's not a choice, Dad. Elaine interjected, tears brimming. We want grandchildren. A normal life for you. Samantha's jaw tightened. Normal? Love isn't defined by your norms. The words escaped sharper than intended. Richard reddened. You're the influence. Our girl was fine before you. Accusations flew. Elaine blamed Samantha's lifestyle for Sarah's rebellion. Richard cited Bible verses, ignoring Sarah's pleas. Samantha defended. Love is love. But inside, she questioned. Was she the villain in their narrative? Sarah wavered, defending half-heartedly. I love her, but I miss you. The mediator intervened, but the hurt deepened. Post-session, Sarah was quiet. They'll never change. Samantha agreed, but sensed Sarah's pull. That night, argument reignited. You didn't fight hard enough. Samantha accused. Sarah snapped. They're my parents. The rift widened. Samantha slept on the couch, thoughts turbulent. Am I asking too much? Society's pressures compounded. A protest against a local anti-LGBT ordinance drew them out. Chanting with crowds, Samantha felt empowered. Sarah, however, hung back. What if someone sees? Paranoia gripped her. Samantha urged. That's the point, visibility. But Sarah's fear highlighted their differences. Samantha's boldness versus Sarah's caution. Business challenges arose. A supplier friend of Richard's pulled out. Personal reasons, the email read. Samantha fumed. Sabotage. Your family's reach, she told Sarah. Guilt flashed in Sarah's eyes. I'll talk to them. But the call ended in tears. They deny it. Trust strained further. Samantha wondered. Is this retaliation worth enduring? A weekend getaway aimed to reconnect. In a cozy cabin upstate, they talked openly. I feel trapped, Sarah admitted. Between you and them. Samantha shared her past, rejection then growth. Choose happiness. Intimacy returned, but fragility lingered. Back home, reality hit. Elaine's unannounced visit. Mom. Sarah opened the door. Elaine entered, ignoring Samantha. We need to talk alone. Samantha retreated, eavesdropping unintentionally. End this nonsense, Elaine urged. We can fix things. Sarah resisted. I won't. Pride swelled in Samantha, but Elaine's parting shot. You'll regret this. The visit sowed doubt. Sarah's mood darkened. What if she's right? Samantha reassured, but inwardly feared losing her. A job offer came for Sarah in California, away from family influence. A fresh start, Sarah said excitedly. Samantha hesitated. What about the bistro? Selfishness accused, but roots mattered. Go if you must, she said, masking pain. Debate ensued. Come with me, Sarah pleaded. But Samantha's empire tied her. The choice loomed. Love or ambition? We can make long distance work, Sarah suggested. Samantha doubted. Distance kills. The mouth Wandao Duk peaked, Sacrifice for love? Sarah accepted the job, packing amid tears. It's temporary. Samantha nodded, but betrayal stung. You're running. Sarah denied. I'm building us a future. Airport farewell was bittersweet. Alone, Samantha questioned. Was this inevitable? Months passed. Video calls sustained them, but gaps grew. Sarah thrived in LA, new friends, freedom. Samantha expanded the bistro, but loneliness gnawed. Am I holding her back? A surprise visit planned, but Sarah canceled. Work crunch. Suspicions arose. Then the bombshell. Sarah's social media showed her with a woman, close, ambiguous. Samantha confronted. Who is she? Sarah evaded. Just a colleague. Trust shattered. Are you cheating? The accusation hung. Sarah admitted. Emotional, maybe. I miss connection. Devastation hit. After everything? The call ended in silence. Samantha spiraled. Anger, sorrow, self-doubt. I pushed her away. Friends consoled, but the wound festered. Sarah flew back apologetic. It was nothing physical. But the damage? You sought elsewhere. Forgiveness? Samantha struggled. They attempted reconciliation, but arguments persisted. California changed you, Samantha said. Sarah countered. You never supported the move. The cycle, blame, regret. Therapy resumed, uncovering resentments. The restaurant reveal started this, Sarah said. Samantha defended. Hiding was killing me. A breakthrough, Sarah quit the job, returning. I choose Chicago, you. Relief but wariness. Family reached out tentatively. Richard's health improved. A neutral lunch proposed. Samantha attended, guarded. Small talk, no barbs. Hope flickered. Winter blanketed Chicago in snow, mirroring the chill in Samantha and Sarah's relationship. Post-reconciliation, old wounds reopened subtly. Sarah's family lunch had been civil, but underlying tensions simmered. Elaine's backhanded compliments. You're successful despite. Graded. Samantha smiled through it, but internally fumed. Conditional acceptance? Sarah noticed Samantha's withdrawal. Give them time. But time felt like an enemy. Samantha's bistro faced a lawsuit, discrimination claim from a former employee, fueled by rumors. Your lifestyle, the lawyer hinted. Paranoia set in. Richard's doing? Sarah denied. He's changed. Doubt lingered. Social circles evolved. They attended LGBT events, Sarah more confidently. But an encounter with Mark, now married, stirred jealousy. He congratulated us, Sarah said innocently. Samantha snapped. Your normal passed. Insecurities surfaced. Am I your rebellion? Sarah reassured, but the seed grew. A holiday gathering at Samantha's parents provided warmth. Laughter, acceptance. Sarah envied. Why can't mine be like this? Samantha comforted. We make our own traditions. But Christmas with Elaine and Richard loomed. Let's skip, Samantha suggested. Sarah insisted. For progress. The dinner was tense. Richard avoided topics Elaine probed subtly. Any wedding plans? Sarah laughed nervously. Mom. Samantha interjected. When ready. Elaine's smile faltered. Later, alone with Sarah, Elaine whispered. Think about your future. Sarah shared later, troubled. She means well. Samantha exploded. No, she manipulates. The fight escalated. You're too sensitive, Sarah accused. And you're blind. Samantha retorted. Sarah stormed out to her parents. Days of silence followed. Samantha reflected. Is this sustainable? Calls went unanswered. Desperation mounted. Sarah returned resolute. We need space. Heartbreak. Break up. Sarah nodded. Temporary separation. Samantha pleaded. Don't. But Sarah left, bags packed. Alone, Samantha broke down. All for what? The bistro suffered. She delegated, lost in grief. Weeks later, therapy alone. I sacrificed too much, she admitted. Insights. Codependency, unhealed traumas. Friends urged moving on. A date attempt failed. No one compared. Sarah's my person, she thought. Sarah's call surprised. I miss you. Coffee meetup, awkward. Separation clarified, I want us. Samantha cautious. With changes. Agreements. Boundaries with family, open communication. They reunited tentatively. Growth followed. Sarah set limits with parents. Accept us or not. Richard grumbled. Elaine relented slightly. A joint therapy session. Revelations. Richard admitted fears. Society's harsh. Elaine confessed. I want your happiness. Progress slow. Business boomed. Samantha's story inspired a local feature. Lesbian entrepreneur defies odds. Pride swelled but humility tempered. At what cost? Sarah's new job local stabilized them. Intimacy rebuilt, trust mended. Yet a final test. Elaine's cancer diagnosis. Sarah rushed to her side. Samantha supported but fears resurfaced. Will she regress? Hospital visits tense but Elaine softened. Thank you for being there for her. A moment of grace. Recovery brought shifts. Family dinners less fraught. Richard engaged Samantha. Tell me about the bistro. Small bridges built. Sarah beamed. See? Change possible. Samantha nodded but inwardly. Earned through pain. As spring thawed, they planned a commitment ceremony, small, symbolic. Invites to parents hesitant. Acceptance came. We'll be there. Joy mixed with apprehension. The day arrived, vows exchanged amid tears. Elaine hugged Samantha. Welcome to the family. Richard nodded approval. A turning point? The commitment ceremony's afterglow faded into everyday realities. Samantha and Sarah settled into a rhythm, but undercurrents of past traumas lingered. Elaine's health improved, but her comments occasionally slipped. When will you have kids? Sarah deflected, but Samantha sensed the pressure. Adoption. Sarah mused one night. Samantha paused. If we're ready. Internally she worried. Family expectations creeping back. Professional lives intertwined. Sarah joined the bistro team, her marketing skills boosting visibility. Partners in everything, they joked. But power dynamics emerged. Decisions clashed. You're too controlling, Sarah said during a menu debate. Samantha reflected. Am I? Compromise learned but egos bruised. Society's evolution helped. Marriage equality solidified, but pockets of hate remained. A vandalized bistro window, fags out, shook them. Police report filed, community rallied. We're stronger, Sarah said. Samantha agreed but fear gnawed. Is safety an illusion? Personal growth continued. Sarah volunteered at LGBT youth centers, channeling experiences. Helping others heals me. Samantha admired but envy tinged. She's moving forward, am I stuck? Self-doubt prompted journaling. Past pains, future hopes. A family vacation tested bonds. Hawaii all together. Beaches, laughter but tensions. Richard's offhand joke about traditional couples stung. Sarah confronted. Not funny. He apologized first. Elaine shared stories. I was scared of change. Vulnerability bridged gaps. Back home, routine settled. But a job offer for Samantha, consulting in New York, stirred unrest. It's prestigious, she said. Sarah hesitated. But our life here? Echoes of California. Decision decline. Us first. Sarah appreciated but Samantha wondered. Sacrifice again? Anniversary of the fateful dinner approached. They hosted a redo. At the bistro, family invited. Toasts, reflections. Richard raised glass. To new beginnings. Genuine? Samantha pondered. As years hinted at passing, they considered expansion. Family, perhaps surrogacy. Discussions deep. Ethics, readiness. After all we've endured, Sarah said, we deserve this. Samantha agreed, heartful. Yet challenges persisted. A relative's wedding excluded them. Family only. Hurt, but they attended a pride parade instead. Our chosen family, Samantha declared. In quiet moments, Samantha reflected on the journey. Mockery to acceptance, betrayal to trust. Worth the pain? The answer evolved. The story culminated in a shared sunset. Hands linked. We've paid dearly, Sarah whispered. But I'd do it again. Samantha smiled, but a question lingered for all. Was forcing the truth out always the right choice? Or does timing make the hero the villain?